Welcome to Always Analog, where we celebrate the beauty of analog technology in the digital world. Today I've got a vintage pencil review by request. So someone asked if I could do a review of the Venus Velvet number 2 2/3 pencil. And they had noticed this pencil among a box of pencils that I found at a sale that I had found somewhere. I don't remember the details of the box, but it was basically a box of old pencils. And they saw this pencil in there. And probably the reason I didn't try the pencil at that time was because it has no tip. It was been broken off, but they were curious about this Venus Velvet. So here it is. I'm gonna this particular pencil, so that you can see, has a sort of a light blue imprint. American Pencil Company, Venus Velvet, number 3557, and then the core value is 2 2/3. Always thought those fractional core values were sort of amusing. So 2 2/3, so a little more than, this should be just a teensy bit harder than 2 1/2. If we want to convert it to, 2 1/2 being a 2.5, a 2 2/3 then should be a 2.6666. So a little bit harder. Hard to tell. Boy, I don't know if the light here, let me see if I can adjust a little bit. It has it's probably tarnished from time, but it's a bronzy colored ferrule, but it has this really nice sort of bluish greenish stripe around it. And the eraser is almost 100% there, although it is petrified, hard as a rock. So let me sharpen this pencil so that we can use it. I'm going to use a hand sharpener here and put a point on this. Let's see if I can get a little bit of a better point. Okay. There we are. So we've got some fresh wood there. Guessing it's cedar. Not getting any kind of a fragrance, but again, I don't know. This is a pretty old pencil. I'm guessing it's probably from the 50s. So let's do a little bit. Let's do a little bit of writing with it. Let me move that light a little bit so it's not so hot. So for a 2 2/3 core, the imprint is, I think, fairly dark. Although I can tell it is a firm-ish feel. Not as dark as a number 2, but point retention so far is pretty good. And we want to lay down some practice marks here. Fairly low smudge, as you might expect from a harder pencil. The eraser is unusable, so we'll try some others. I will expect this to lift fairly well as a harder core here. So, with varying degrees of erasing success, I give it a B-. So there it is. The Venus Velvet, number 2 2/3, from the American Pencil Company, no longer in business. I forget who bought them, but it is a nice vintage pencil. So I hope this gives you a little better idea on how it writes. Fairly smooth, not a lot of scratch or at all, and I like it. So thank you for spending some time for this version of Always Analog, and I'll look forward to seeing you again soon, right back here. Take care, everybody.